This selection is The Space Cruelty in Relationships by Andrew Gowoto. Like, so the link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out. So let's into this reaction in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? We're back in the car. It's been a while in the car. Um, this actually isn't the video I intended to make at first.
Yeah.
I intended to make a completely different video that I want to discuss, but now I have something that inspired me the other day to make this video, and now I'm making it. So let's jump right straight into it and kind of dive into it. Basically, I had something kind of spark in me the other day, kind of had me kind of thinking. Has to kind of do related with love, or
Really?
let's put this in more uh in relationship type. And I think what is created in it, what is something that, like, I guess you can define as, like, what is love, what
Yeah.
is, what do you get, what do you desire, and what does it
Yeah.
bring to you in your life. I think I had some thoughts where there's this space that's created when you form a relationship with somebody, obviously built from a vulnerability, someone understanding you and trying to, you know, there's a certain level of attraction that's there, as well as,
Yeah.
that's helped a
Cool.
lot. But there's this space of, between you and this person, it's very, you can tell it's very important. You value it. You have high consideration for this person in your life because you value this space between
Yeah.
you and this person. And for me, the other day, I've kind of realized that, when I've created something with somebody, and I, I value that a lot, and I think a lot other everyone else should too, and I think they do. I think the moment when you lose that grounded level of space between you and this person. I've described it in previous videos where it's just this silence, this kind of like emptiness a little bit.
Yeah.
And for all these reasons, I mean, you've had space for this person, and now they're gone. And you created this space, and now it's gone. I had some thoughts about that the other day because I was thinking about something that I've kind of gone through recently. I've talked about this in previous videos. You can watch them. I think it's the one where I'm have a real talk with myself. You can watch that, the story behind that. But it's kind of made me think about that a little bit because it's more the, I think I value the obviously the person, because obviously you with who you form a connection with and bond with and relationship with, it's obviously very important. But I think the
Yeah.
most precious thing that comes out of that ultimately is the space and the being able to understand each other, being able just to be in created this own space between you two and just have that in y'all's life. And I think for me, I think I realized maybe that's something that I value a lot more than I thought I did, was just say, like, just having someone there, someone having just, a partner, a girlfriend, or somebody. Don't know if that really makes, well, I think it makes sense. You can move on from somebody, obviously you cherish
Yeah.
the moments and memories you had in the space you created. But it's always, it's not really someone that you're grieving over too much, or say, like, you won't really feel sad that you lost this person. I'm not sure I'm wording this right. It's not to say that, the person doesn't matter at all, but I think the big, the most valued thing you probably felt from this whole thing is that space. I'm describing it as space between you and this person, because you can definitely create space with someone else. Definitely can. Like, sure, it might not be as easy because some people might not fit into your level of what you value and what you want in your life, and what and working, because obviously when you create space, it's something that needs to be contributed in both parties.
Yeah.
So obviously there's, you know, not the abundance of that space created with everybody,
Yeah.
and I think that's where the value of, somebody, where we want, where like, oh, I'll never find someone like that ever again. It's kind of like that. You can just easily, not easily, but it's not possible to make another space with somebody else. And I think for some people, this is just my thought, where you kind of gone through that and say like you hold a really deep space with somebody and you hold that for a long time and
Yeah.
then you lose it. Something kind of
Literally.
stops
Yeah.
it and something gets in the way or something just, life happens.
Yeah.
And
Love happens. Yeah.
now you can't see yourself making space with somebody else.
Yeah.
And
True.
sometimes that's a hard thing because, that space brings a lot of just things in you, and a lot of things are feeling seen. And obviously there's love, you know, obviously there's distraction, but there's also that's the level of understanding one another, and being able to share like this experience of life together. So, it's something that we kind of gone through and you value, and now you lost it for something that you hold for so long time. I know it could be I can understand why it might be hard to kind of try and go back into it. I think also the thought of just, I think if you kind of understand yourself and think you're able to go on a journey of within yourself,
Yeah.
say like prioritizing yourself and going out doing things that matter to you, and going through the level of reflection, maybe you're able to create a space with somebody else after maybe a process of healing as well, in case if you're hurt and they're in that relationship. Maybe a new space is more easy to create than out of a space, out of a broken space that you just got out of, and that you probably lost desire being in. And obviously it takes time and patience to realize that, or to go through that. Sometimes it's really easy to feel like we want to just jump straight into what we know we want, what we desire. But sometimes I feel like we need to really sit down with ourselves and figure out what we do actually want. And obviously sometimes that requires you to go out in the world and go
Yeah.
try things, go experience it, go, something like what we're talking about here, go out and actually try it. And sometimes, you might not like what you thought you'd liked, and I think that's an important factor
Yeah.
about
True.
to consider. Overall, I think the value of the space that's created, I think to me, in my opinion, I think it's like, I think a lot more important overall than just having someone just there, having
Yeah.
someone just, because obviously it's good to have someone there,
Yeah.
not to say that that's not important, but if this person can create this space, and you are attracted to them, and it can be, your partner, wife, husband, boyfriend, whatever, girlfriend. If they could be all that,
All that in the bag of chips.
then it's like someone that you can really, lay on. Someone that can
Yeah.
really just, that feels like home. That's how I can describe it. Like I said, not the video I intended to make. Um, I had intended to talk about something completely different, but like I said, something came up and inspired me to make this video. So talked about it, and yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. So do have some more ideas coming. Do need some time to really sit with them and be able to think about, or be able to talk about them. So we'll see where that goes. You watched the video. You watched the video. I appreciate that as always. And leave a like because this on my channel.
Yeah, don't forget to double like. Yeah,
Get a little boost in the YouTube
and leave
algorithm.
us. Yeah.
So, and so comment down if anything that I said that you related with, or or just have any thoughts, things that I said. I'm really curious. Some things, I say a lot of things on here that I kind of don't really maybe kind of ask for feedback, but open to it. Want to see what people think. So that's all I got for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.
Uh-huh. Bye. Peace. That was The Space Created in Relationships by Andrew Gowato. The link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out and drop a like if you like. Comment below if you want to see more reaction like this one. And subscribe if you're new. And click the bell so you can be notified when I upload in my bye. Wow.